YouTube channel. It's Sam G, your lifestyle and personal finance guy. Today's video is going to be a bit similar to the video I posted a while back on the budget sheet that I created. I was handing a bunch of sheets out to people that needed help with tracking their personal expenses and their income and whatnot. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I set mine up so you can kind of follow through and modify to see what you want to do. So without much ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to save this sheet. So save it here. You can save it whatever you want to save it. So I'll save mine as save as budget sheet. So budget sheet, save here. And personally, I like to get rid of my grid lines. So we will go here to view grid lines, get rid of your grid lines, and then now we have it blank. So now we can go ahead and put whatever we want to put here. So now we're going to set up the first sheet we're going to set up is our income sheet. I'm just opening the widths a little bit because I like them to be a bit open. So how I typically set mine up here is I like to list the employer here. Oops, I don't like the counts. Okay, employer. Then you list January. Like we do it all the way to December, and when you just drag the bottom right, it just does it all the way for you. So I got that done all the way to December. Let's see here. Okay, let me get the last two, November and December, and then we should be good to go. Okay. Reduce the ratio so we can see all the dates. Okay, so now you have your employer, then you have the months in which you get paid. I will make this into a table. Let's assume we have maybe 5 employers, or maybe you have 5 sources of income. You can put the sources of income there. So I have that listed here. I made it into a table. Clean up the top a little bit. Just like to bold the top so it stands out from the other figures, so you know which one the header is. Okay. So now let's say I work at Walmart. I'm gonna just put random employment places and random figures just so I can make the rest of the table. And I get paid twice a month, right? So semi-monthly. That, say the first paycheck I got, say $1,200 in January. Second paycheck, I get paid $1,200. This is I'm just assuming figures now. And one thing I like to do is if I'm putting up currency, I like to format the entire cell in currency. So that's what I'll do right now, dollars. So that way everything is set up automatically. And let's say I have a part-time job at maybe Costco, which I make $500 per paycheck. So I have my source of income listed. I will total it at the bottom. That's just the equal sum. Type in sum. Open parentheses. Highlight the entire thing. And then parentheses close. And you can drag that along the entire length of the bottom cell. That way it just automatically calculates everything the minute you start inputting your figures. So it looks like that's all we have to do for here. You also have the option to make this into a drop-down menu, but just to keep things simple, I'll just keep it this way. So I will go down to the bottom that says sheet 1, and I will name this as income sheet. So the income sheet is just your employers, your sources of income, and how much you make. So you would always log that in every single time you get paid, and then you should be good to go from there. So that is it for this sheet. So it looks like we're all done here. The next sheet that we're going to be looking at is the expense sheet. This is where you put your expenses and everything that you spent money on over the course of the month. You just log all of that in here. So let's do something similar like we did. Open up some of the cells a little bit. And now what I like to do is set up an expense category, and then from that category set up like a way to categorize all my expenses. So I'll show you what that means in a little bit. So we'll put expense category and then amount. And if it's something that's fixed, you can always insert the amount there as well. Not everything can be fixed. Some of your spending may fluctuate from time to time, so that's understandable. So here we have your expense category. Again, I like to bold, make all of the title headers in bold. And I can do more stuff with it, but I just like to I'm keeping it simple just for the purpose of this video. So let's say you have your monthly expense, you put all your expenses in. So phone bill, rent, gas. You can have a category for entertainment, miscellaneous, transportation. It could be your car expenses. And let's see, what else can we put? A bunch of expenses. I'm just kind of blanking out right now. Groceries, right? Groceries is a great example. You can have an eating out budget. So you can have a restaurant. And let's see, other ones that we can use. Yeah, so we'll keep it like this for now, just to keep a general sense of expense. And I like the total again, so I can get a total of all my fixed expenses. Let's see, so here, the dollar sign on the amounts, and then total, I will just sum here like I did previously, and boom, that's done. So now what I'm looking for here, I am done with. So here I'm going to be setting up some tables, the expense table, which is what I've been talking about for a while now. So I'm gonna type in ID. ID is just to help me keep count of how many inputs I have, the date, the vendor, who I purchased it from, the expense category, and then the amount. And then I have this stuff I'm typing out, month ID a month, to kind of help me kind of like link the expenses to certain months so that everything can be automated. So let me set that up right here. All right, so now I can make this into a table and take it down infinitely. So that is made into a table. I can bold this out and maybe format it as a table just to clean it up a little bit. Let me undo that. Do this instead. Yeah. Okay, never mind. We'll just go ahead and do it this way. So I'll set up 1 here to just be my first input. Then I will set everything equal to this plus 1. So it just numbers it automatically for me. So I have about 100 and something done down here. And now for my dates. Dates, vendors, those you can input easily. So just now we'll be working on the dates. So here in a different column, I'm going to be setting up January, February, March, and assigning them to numbers. So that here we're going to set it up at 1 second. So I'll set it up here, January, February, and then you can just drag it down to take the rest of the months. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I would just make that into a small table here. So now what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to assign the month to a number That way, when I input a date, it can automatically fill out the month for me without me touching anything. So what I would do is then I would equal this month ID here to my E column, which is the date. So what I would do is I would equal, a second to fix something. Okay. So now what I would do is I would equal this to months here. So EID right here. And then it will just change it to the numbers that are here. And then I have something to do here, but I'll work on that in a little bit. So now the format here, you want to make sure your date format is long date. So I will do that here. So everything I put in is automatically done that way. And then for this part, I'm going to be doing something called indexing. So what I would do is I would equal index L, then put a colon L, and then I would match it. So match I2, which is just that month ID. I'll match it with M, which is the number. So M, and then I would hit a 0 to make it a closed loop. Yeah, so you have something like this. So L, you have a column L, match I2, which is right here. Then your M column, which is here, the column that is here. Then I have a comma, then 0. Close that out. So whenever you enter a date, let's say here we have January 31st. Let me make this a little bigger so we can see. Yep. January 31st, to categorize it that way. When you have an August 3rd, this is August 3rd. When we drag this down, you're going to see that it does it the same for the rest of them. Now we're having some trouble with it. A second here. Okay. Now we have to drag both. There we go. So you would drag these all the way down, as far down as you possibly could. I mean, you would just need to just keep doing it whenever you have your inputs exceed the available space. So what it does now is that whenever you have a new date input here, input here is going to change the dates here. So just so the months can match. So let's say we have September 14th. See, now it switches it to September. So we're pretty much set for here. So we're good to go. Next video, we're going to be making some graphs and some pivot tables, and then we will be going from there. So hope you guys have a great week, and if you have any issues, go back to the video and you should be good. Have a great week, guys. Take care.